starting again, reclined on our backs if you're not already there yet. You can guide yourself down. Lengthen out through the legs, let the arms rest just gently alongside the body. And then as you start to find a little bit of comfort, a little bit of ease here, lying on your back, allow the body to really connect with the earth beneath you. And today's Earth Day, so we're feeling particularly connected to this beautiful planet that we get to experience. So as you're lying down, really allow the physical body to melt into that earth beneath you. Notice the breath, feeling the backs of the lungs expand and the back body really press into the earth. And taking this first few moments of our practice together to not only connect to your breath, but to also connect to the physical space in which you're practicing, in which you're inviting your yoga practice into. And then allowing the mind to do a quick body scan, checking in with each part of the physical body here. Starting at the tips of your toes, moving up to eventually reach the crown of the head. But in order to get there, pausing and taking time to check in with each space. So feeling the bottom of the feet, moving up the legs, the backs of the calves and the shins. Pausing at the knees and moving up to the tops of the legs, the thighs. And then moving up into the hips. Following the breath up through the front of the body, feeling the belly and the chest. And then moving up through the back of the body, the low back, mid back, upper back, and shoulders. Just check in. Feeling each of those body parts as they connect to the earth. Checking in with the tips of the fingers and the hands. And allowing that awareness to travel up the arms. Coming back to those shoulders. And following the awareness up through the neck. Relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the muscles in your forehead. And the next time you take a breath in, follow that breath, that same path through the body, starting at the tips of the toes, Coming all the way up to the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, melt all of that body down into the earth. Take 2 more full breaths like that, inhaling up through the entire physical body. Exhaling to find ease. One last full breath in. And full breath out. Taking one more moment here as you lie on your backs, as you feel the earth, to set an intention for the practice today. Honoring what it is you're hoping to leave this space with. Naming what it is you need this yoga for today. And as you feel ready, start to bring a little bit of movement back into the body. Maybe wiggling fingers and toes. And if the eyes are closed, you can start to flutter them open, adjust back into the space, reorient yourself. Maybe look around the room and identify 2 different objects you see coming back. And then from here, draw both of the knees into your chest. Just nice and gently start to roll the knees in one direction and then the other, taking small circles to bring some movement into the hip creases, a little massage on the low back. And then holding those knees at center, allow the arms to rest either out to a T or maybe a cactus, starting with a nice spinal twist here. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, drop the knees over to the left side. Keeping both shoulder blades grounded on the earth beneath you as best as you can. And inhaling the legs back up through center. Next exhale, drop them over to the right, gaze over to the left. Twisting to the other side. Starting to awaken through the physical body after starting with that moment of rest. Inhale the knees back through center. And then take the hands to find the backs of the thighs. And just start to rock and roll the body, the length of the spine, forward and back a few times. And then eventually arriving up into boat pose, so the toes can come down to rest on the earth, or maybe you keep the legs lifted. Hands can remain on the backs of the thighs for now, or maybe if you're ready to activate the core early, you can reach fingertips towards the front of the mat. Open through the chest, spreading the collarbone wide. Draw the knees in towards the belly. Take one more breath here. Beautiful. Gently release down, finding yourself in Sukhasana, your easy seat. And take notice of which foot is crossed in front and which is behind here. We'll come back to that in a moment. As you breathe in, sweep the arms up overhead. Allow the palms to touch at the top. As you exhale, draw the hands down to heart center. One more breath just like that, inhaling to lengthen up, crown of the head reaches tall. Exhale, hands to heart. This time as you inhale, reach up, think about grounding down through the sit bones as you lengthen up through the arms. Opposing directions here. As you exhale, right hand comes down, reach the left arm up and across the body for a side body stretch. And sit bones are Staying grounded here. Inhaling back through center to lengthen up tall. Exhaling over to the left. Left hand comes down. Right arm reaches over. And inhaling back through center to lengthen tall. And then exhale, release the hands down in front of you. Go ahead and switch whatever foot is crossed in front and move it behind. And from here, inhale to sweep those arms up again, lengthen tall. As you exhale, twist over to the right side, bringing the right hand behind the hip, left hand to the top of that right leg. And as you breathe in, imagine again the crown of the head lengthening as tall as possible while the sit bones ground down as deep as they can. And releasing back to center on an exhale. Inhaling to lengthen the arms up. Exhaling to twist over to the left side. Left hand to behind the hip. Right hand to the top of the leg. Notice your breath. Releasing back to center on an exhale. We're going to swing the feet around and come into a tabletop position on our hands and knees. So guiding the body there. If you want some extra support underneath the knees, you can place a blanket or a towel, or maybe fold the edge of the mat. And check in to make sure that the wrists are right underneath the shoulders and that the knees are right underneath the hips. So everything is nice and in line here. And spread the fingers nice and wide. Press the whole hand down into the mat. Finding cow and cat pose here. As you inhale, lift the tailbone up. Drop the belly low and shine the chest forward. Exhale to tuck the tailbone in. Round the spine up towards the ceiling. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Inhale for cow pose, tailbone lifts, allow the rest of the spine to follow and lengthen. Exhale, cat pose, tuck that tailbone in and round up. Follow your breath in and out of cow and cat pose here. Noticing how the breath travels through the body as we increase the movement. And feel free to take any additional movements that might feel good here, rocking the hips side to side. Maybe taking circles with the torso. And then finding a nice, stable, neutral tabletop position here. From here, spread the knees nice and wide, finding a child's pose, the toes to touch. Sit the hips back onto the heels, walk the hands as far forward as you can. Bow the forehead down to the mat. Take a moment here. Connecting your intuition, coming from that third eye, right in between your eyebrows, connecting it directly to the earth here. Our breath, our life force is supplemented by the offerings of the earth. In what ways can you surrender to that power that the earth offers? In what ways can you invite it into your body and into your practice? next time you breathe in, allow the body to slowly rise back up into that tabletop position, drawing the knees back underneath the hips. And once back in our tabletop, we'll make our way into downward facing dog. So allow the body to travel there as quickly or as slowly as possible. Tucking the toes under behind you, lifting the hips up towards the sky and sinking the heels down and back towards the earth. Find a little movement here, pedaling out the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe bending and straightening both knees at the same time, just moving in a way that starts to awaken through those legs. And as you start to feel warm here, find some stillness in your downward facing dog. From that stillness, inhale to roll forward into a plank pose. Shoulders will come back over the wrists. You can drop the knees down below behind you if needed, or if you'd like right now in the practice as we warm up. Let's take 2 breaths here in plank. Activating through the energy in the entire body, pressing through the hands, pressing the heels back. 1 more breath in. And the next time you exhale, drop the knees down. Bend the elbows to lower all the way down to the belly. 3 rounds of baby cobra here, inhaling to lift the chin and the shoulder, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Exhale, release the forehead to tap. Inhale to lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, release down. Once more, just like that, inhaling up, exhaling to release. Tuck the toes under behind you. Inhale to press up through tabletop or plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, lengthen the right leg up and back behind you. As you exhale, draw the knee towards the nose. Step the foot up in between the hands. You can guide it up there in whatever way you need to. Finding a low lunge here, drop the back knee down behind you. Untuck the toe, inhale to reach the arms up overhead. Lengthening up through the spine here. Pressing the bottom of that front foot and the top of that back foot down into the earth. Relax the shoulders down the back. Taking a few breaths here to feel into the hips. To activate through the core container in the center as we hold our balance here. Inhale to release the hands down to the earth. Tuck the back toes under to lift the knee and step to the top of the mat. Finding a forward fold here. And the knees can be bent if that feels good in the body, or they can be straight. Ideally, the fingertips are touching the earth or maybe blocks or a prop underneath you. So if you need to bend the knees to do that, you can get there. And on an inhale, finding a halfway lift. Hands come to shins or thighs. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold and release. Inhale to sweep the arms up, coming all the way to standing. Lengthen through the body. Exhale, hands to heart center. On an inhale, sweep the arms open and up. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and release. Bend both knees, plant both hands down, stepping back into plank pose. Taking 3 breaths here in plank, dropping the knees if you'd like. Channeling that core strength, using the power of the breath. The next time you exhale, lowering all the way down, dropping the knees if you'd like. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. One more time, just like that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Tuck the toes under behind you, pressing yourself back into downward dog. in whatever way feels good. And taking a big deep breath in, open mouth exhale. Inhale to lengthen the left leg up and back. Exhale to draw that knee forward, step the foot in between the hands. Finding a low lunge on the left side, dropping the back knee and lifting the arms up overhead. Beautiful. Again, checking in with the shoulders, relaxing them down the back. And pressing down through both feet to activate through those inner thigh muscles. Keep the connection with the earth strong so that our practice can be grounded. So that our practice can be stable. On an inhale, release the hands down to frame the front foot. Tuck the back toes under to lift the back knee. Step forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Lengthen up through the spine, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Heel to the feet out a little bit wider if they're not already hip distance apart. On an inhale, sweep the arms up overhead again. Exhale, ragdoll pose. So coming into a forward fold, but with the knees bent. You can have the hands release straight down toward the earth, or maybe you're interlacing opposite hand with opposite elbow. Taking a moment in our practice to channel another powerful earth source energy with gravity. Can you sway side to side a bit here? Just let the body fall. And releasing the hands if they're interlaced down towards the earth. Inhaling up for a halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale to fold forward. Plant those hands down. Step back again into plank pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath here. And on the exhale, moving through a vinyasa of your choice. You can lower all the way down and take a baby cobra, or maybe halfway through chaturanga, pausing in upward dog. Everyone meeting in downward facing dog. Or getting there however you'd like today. And from your downward dog, inhale to lengthen that right leg up and back. Exhale, knee towards the nose, step the foot up in between the hands. Pausing in the runner's lunge, keeping the back knee lifted this time. Inhale to rise up, crescent warrior. Or high lunge, and always an option to drop the back knee. That feels better for you. And pressing the ball of the back foot down into the mat, take a breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms and open the chest. Inhale, lengthen the arms up. Exhale, cactus and open. One more time, inhale, arms up. Exhale to cactus. Inhale, lengthen up through the arms. And exhale, release the hands down towards the earth. Beautiful. Plant the left hand into the mat inside the right foot. Reach the right arm up and open for a lunge twist. Back knee can go down or stay lifted here. Exhaling to release that right arm down and stepping to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up to stand, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hands to heart. Breathe in, reach up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, hands come down, stepping back into plank pose. 2 breaths in plank pose. And on the next exhale, guiding yourself through your vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog, whatever you feel called to in today's practice. Inhaling through baby cobra or up dog, exhaling into downward facing dog. And from your down dog, inhaling the left leg high. Exhale, step the left foot up and through, setting up to find our crescent warrior high lunge on the left side, reaching the arms up overhead. Grounding down through the feet, ball of the back foot's pressing into the earth. Again, option to have the back knee down. Breathe in. As you breathe out, cactus the arms to open the heart. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, cactus. Once more, breathe in to reach high. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hands release down to frame the foot. This time, twisting over to the left as you press the right hand down, reaching the left arm up. Option to have the back knee down. Breathing into the twist. And exhaling to release and stepping to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up to stand, lengthen through the body. Exhale, hands to heart. Pausing here for a moment. Taking a few breaths. Feeling the feet grounded. Breathe in to reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Find your way to downward dog in whatever way feels good to your practice. Maybe you pause in a child's pose this time if you're ready. Whatever you need. Taking the next 2 breaths to get yourself into downward facing dog. And from that down dog, inhaling the right leg up and back. Exhale to step the right leg through. Again, finding our crescent warrior, high lunge, reaching the arms up overhead as you're ready. Beautiful. A little bit of different movement here this time. As you inhale, lengthen up through the fingertips. As you exhale, airplane, guiding the upper body forward, reaching the hands back behind you. Inhale up, crescent warrior. Exhale, airplane, fingertips reach back. Once more, just like that. Inhale to rise, and exhale to release. Beautiful. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Moving into warrior 3 here, a little balanced posture. Bring the hands down to heart center. Taking that same concept of that lean forward for the airplane to lean into that front foot and launch off the back leg to find warrior 3. Hips are squared down towards the earth. Hands can stay at heart center, maybe fingertips reach back behind you. Point the toes down towards the earth. Find a gazing point to rest your eyes on. From your warrior three, as you're ready, start to bend back through that standing leg, rise back up into high lunge. Settling in, finding your balance. Inhale to release the hands down to frame the front foot. And exhale to step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. And exhale, hands to heart. Breathe in as you reach up, extended mountain pose. Breathe out, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold and release. Find your flow, meeting in down dog. Moving intuitively, moving with the pace of the breath. Beautiful. From your down dog, inhale the left leg high. And exhale to step the left foot up and through. Crescent warrior, high lunge here on the left side. Grounding through the feet, reaching the hands tall. And finding that airplane balance shift practice here, breathing in. As you breathe out, fingertips reaching back, crown of the head reaching forward. Inhale to rise. Exhale, airplane forward. Once more, inhale up. And exhale, airplane. Inhale to rise again. Exhale, hands to heart, preparing for warrior three here on the left side. So as you're ready, leaning into that front foot, launching off the back leg. And of course, you have the ground beneath you or maybe a wall next to you or a couch to help with balance as needed. But find a place to rest your gaze. Feel that left leg rooted down into the earth. Find that strength, that life force within you that's powered by the earth. The next time you start to breathe in, release back down into that high lunge, exhaling to ground down here. Beautiful. As you inhale, release the hands down to frame the front foot. And step to the top of the mat to fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Pausing here again. Reconnecting to the breath. From here, inhale to sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold and release. Plant the hands down. Make your way to downward facing dog. One last time for the practice. Beautiful. Inhale the right leg high. As you exhale, step the right foot up and through. Finding warrior two here, Virabhadrasana 2. Just turn the back heel down, windmill the arms up and open to a T. So that front knee is tracking over the front ankle. Fingers are reaching in opposite directions. Energetically drawing the heels towards the center of the mat here to keep the legs nice and active. On an inhale, lift the front palm up towards the sky. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. lengthening through the right side body. Inhaling up, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle pose, right forearm to the top of the thigh, reach the left arm up and across the body. And inhaling back up, warrior two. Let it out. As you inhale, lengthen through the front leg, turn the right toes forward. Reach the arms up overhead, setting up to find a wide-legged forward fold. As you exhale, hinging at the hips, guiding the body down into the stretch. A wide-legged forward fold, release the neck. From here, coming up to a halfway lift to bring the hands to the hips, and then rising all the way up to stand. And moving straight into warrior two on the left side. So turn the left toes forward or towards the back of the mat. And bend through that front left knee, reaching the arms nice and wide. Warrior two on the left side. Virabhadrasana 2. Again, grounding down through both feet, heels drawing towards the center of the mat. And tracking that front knee over the ankle. Inhale to flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior, reaching up and back. Lengthening through the left side. Keeping the legs nice and strong and firm here. Inhaling to rise, up warrior two. And exhale, extended side angle pose. Left forearm to the thigh, right arm reaches across. Really rotating the collarbone, rotating the torso here to find the twist. Beautiful. Inhaling back up through warrior two. Beautiful. Lengthening through that left leg again. Turning the toes back center. This time turn the heels slightly in, toes slightly out. Draw the hands up towards the ceiling as you breathe in. Exhale, goddess pose. Bend the knees, sit the hips down. Cactus through the arms here to keep the chest lifted and open. So not as much of a back bend with the cactus, but a spreading of the collarbones. Again, the heels are drawing energetically towards the center of the mat. Draw the low belly in to engage the core, to protect the low back. 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. Inhale to lengthen through the legs, reach those arms up. And exhale, hands to heart center. From here, we're just going to heel toe the feet towards center to come to a standing position in the middle of the mat. And we'll move into our last standing posture of the practice. On Earth Day, we have to do tree pose to create a beautiful digital forest. So we'll start with grounding down through the right foot. So spread the right toes nice and wide. Feel the right foot root into the earth. Maybe come up onto the ball of the left toes and then turn that knee out and open. Start with the foot rested on the earth to ground down into the posture. And then as your body feels ready, if it does today, you can start to move that foot up, maybe to the inside of the calf or up above the knee on the inside of the thigh. Whatever you feel called to today. Reconnect with the breath and really connect with this posture. Maybe you have a favorite tree that you want to embody in this moment. I really love acacia trees, which are wide, have a lot of branches. So I'm going to lengthen through my arms and grow my branches. You can do that too. Connect with this tree that you're becoming, that you're embodying. the strength of it, the beauty of it. If the branches of your tree have grown, draw them back into heart center and slowly and gently release the left foot down to the mat. And we'll find our tree pose on the other side, spreading the left toes wide this time, rooting down like a tree through the left foot, coming onto the ball of that right foot and opening that knee out wide to find the posture on the earth. And then again, as you're ready, option to lift that leg up to the inside of the calf, or maybe inside of the thigh. You can find the strength of that same tree here on this side, or maybe you channel the energy of another favorite tree. Growing your branches if you'd like. Maintaining that connection to the breath. Gently, as you're ready, releasing the hands down if your branches grew, and releasing the foot down as well. We're going to come down to our mats to find a seat, so finding staff pose or Dandasana here with the legs lengthened out long in front of you. And you can move the flesh of the bottom out of the way so the sit bones ground down here if you'd like. Having a bend in the knees is okay here. The goal is to keep the spine nice and long. So if straightening the legs causes the spine to round at all, you can bend them. Draw those thighs towards the torso, just like you would in a standing forward fold to keep the back nice and strong and protected. Take a few strong breaths here, feeling the sit bones root down, pressing down through the heels of the feet as well to keep the legs active. Take one more inhale in staff pose. As you exhale here, start to walk the hands forward. Think about connecting or shining the chest towards the toes. So the spine maintains that length. And then once you find your peak fold, you can release the neck down. Melt into the posture. Allowing the gaze to soften, allowing the breath to slow. The next time you inhale, walk the hands back to rise out of the fold. Awesome. And we'll scoot the hips forward just a little bit to slowly guide the body back down where we started the practice, lying on our backs. And for the start of this, we'll keep the knees bent. So coming into constructed rest with the knees bent, the feet are right underneath the knees. Hip distance apart. Maybe you turn the palms up towards the ceiling here to roll the shoulder blades down into the earth. Connect to your breath again. And we'll find 2 rounds of bridge pose here to open through the heart, open through the quads, the front of the legs. So keep the feet right where they are. Turn the palms down towards the earth to press into the mat. The next time you inhale, press feet and hands into the earth as you lift the hips up towards the ceiling for bridge pose. And notice what's happening in the legs. If you feel the knees start to splay out wide, press the big toe mounds of the feet into the earth and energetically draw the thighs towards each other, almost as if you were squeezing something in between the legs. See if you can relax the muscles in the glutes a little bit and maintain your breath here. And the next time you inhale, rise onto the tippy toes. And exhale to lower the spine down to the mat, nice and slow. And we'll take 3 rounds of breath here to rest before we do one more bridge pose. And if you have a block or other props at home and you'd like to take a supported bridge pose, feel free to do that if that's what you have access to and what will feel good for you. Otherwise, as you inhale, same thing, press through feet and hands, rising the hips up towards the sky. Keeping the legs as active as possible here. Finding stability in the posture. Inhaling up onto those tippy toes before exhaling to lower down to the mat. Heel toe the feet out wide to the edges of the mat. Let the knees knock together to touch here for a moment of rest on the low back. And then from here, lengthen the feet up towards the sky. So we're coming into almost a staff pose, but lying on our back. So bottoms of the feet are pressing up towards the ceiling. Maybe the knees are bent here. Giving the low back a little rest. Feeling the length of the spine on the mat. And use the hands to grab the back of the right thigh as you release the left leg down towards the earth. So finding a little hamstring stretch here on the right leg. Keep both legs active by flexing through the feet, pointing the toes up towards the face. And then draw that left leg back up to meet the right. And switch your grip to grab the back of the left leg. Release the right leg down towards the earth, finding that same stretch on the left side. Feet are still active here with toes flexed. And then drawing that right leg back up to meet the left. Switching the grip to find happy baby pose. So hands can come either to the backs of both thighs or to the outside edges of the feet. Bending the knees down towards the armpits. Opening up through the hips a little here. Maybe you rock side to side and massage the back a little bit. And then draw the bottoms of the feet towards each other, and then release the feet down towards the mat, finding Supta Baddha Konasana. So bottoms of the feet are together, knees are splaying out wide. Bring one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart. reconnect to the intention you set at the start of the practice today. The intention that you carried with you throughout your practice. As you reflect on your practice and connect back to that intention, I invite you to bring in this connection between the body, the breath, the practice, and the earth. There are so many beautiful ways to connect our yoga to the power of the earth. Maybe you take this moment to set an intention around your connection with the physical world around us. What can you do to be more connected to the earth? To be kinder to the earth? And how can your yoga practice, both on and off the mat, be a part of that? This posture feels good in the body. You can stay here for our last few minutes of Shavasana. Otherwise, if you'd prefer to lengthen out through the legs and arms, you can do that now. Finding your version of Shavasana, our final rest together. And as you arrive in Shavasana, I invite you to, if you'd like, revisit the body scan from the start of the practice, following the breath from the tips of the toes to the crown of the head, pausing along the way. Check in with yourself. And as you follow the breath, allow each different part of the body you visit to find more ease in this moment, to find more connection to the earth beneath it, and to find access to well-deserved rest. And start to bring some gentle movement back into the body, wiggling the fingers and toes. If you were in Supta Baddha Konasana, lengthen the legs out long, maybe the arms up overhead to find a full body stretch here. As you're ready, bend the knees, roll over onto your right side, and take a last moment or two to connect to the breath as you reawaken. And as your body feels ready and called, and press yourself up to a comfortable seat. And we'll close out our practice together. You can join me with hands at heart center if you'd like. Just taking a moment to send ourselves a message of gratitude for showing up today. Receiving gratitude from me for being here to practice. Sending gratitude to this collective group of people in this space. And finally, on this beautiful sunny Earth Day, sending gratitude to our planet, to our physical surroundings that support us in so many ways. May all beings be happy and free. May our collective actions, words, choices contribute to the happiness and freedom of ourselves and others. May the world be at peace. Namaste.